I'm going to read you some stories about people that got wrecked in crypto. And then we're both going to learn together what the common theme is between all this. And it's going to help you by the end of the video to hopefully not end up like some of these guys on Coinfessions wrecked. So for people that don't know, Coinfessions is a Twitter account where people just post anonymously about all their horror stories. And once in a while you get like a positive, good story, but most of them are just dark. And honestly, if you're having a bad day, sometimes you can come on here and realize that maybe it's not so bad because these guys, these poor souls in crypto, they've lost it all. They've got very dark lives. But we can learn from these guys about what not to do, right? So just take a look at this guy. He said, I made 6K, quit my job to go full time, and boom, only been losing. Now I'm left with $600. This guy's out here quitting his job with $6,000 in his bank account. That is absurd to me. But that's why you just can't be desperate and impulsive. I mean, I know your job, a lot of people hate their jobs. A lot of people hate their corporate structure, the 9 to 5. Maybe you weren't meant for a 9 to 5 job. I certainly never felt like I was meant to, but $6,000, you got to hang in there a little bit longer. You got to hang in there for maybe at least a year's salary, not 6K. What is that, like 2 months, maybe? And he says, I just can't seem to get a runner to make it back. So this guy is thinking about crypto in terms of finding a runner, which means a daily runner, which in crypto slang is like gambling. Okay. He's trying to make it all back. He's trying to scratch that itch. He's gambling. Crypto's not as easy as people think it is. Like, I kind of agree. And that's because everybody thinks that it's gambling. It gets easier when you realize it's investing over the long term. That's why I like Hex. I lock it up for years. And then I'm forced to just sit there and market my bags and read you more Coinfessions. Let's take a look at this one. He got drained for his whole port. This means all of his money. It took me 3 years to make that money. I DM'd KOLs and some guys I know with major wins and pleaded for just 2 SOL to trade, but not out of entitlement, out of desperation. Jesus Christ. This is both entitled and desperate. Nobody responded. I don't even know what it means, got drained for my whole port. This could just be one of those guys begging for money in DMs. Obviously, I shouldn't have to tell you this. Begging for money in DMs, not going to make it. Not the way to do crypto. It's buy and hold. It's what nobody wants to tell you is you buy and you hold. I've been holding PulseChain for 2 years. I've been holding Hex for 5 years, and these coins were designed for long-term holding. Everybody that's ever won in crypto, as far as I know, okay, I do know a couple of day traders, but that's because I now live in a place where only the winners of all the day traders congregate. There's so many more losers. And back in the day, my friend, even my old roommate, even myself, we all wanted to be day traders at some point. And it just doesn't work because you're not a professional. You don't have a prop shop. You don't have all the skills. And you're going in blind with people that have 100x the experience and 100x the skills. And you're just fresh meat. This guy wants to make back what he lost. That's a dangerous mentality too. Make it back. Making back what you lost is a dangerous mentality to have because that leads to desperation. I think if you lost a bunch of money, like I recently lost a bunch of money, I don't have a make it back mentality. I'm trying to simply move on and only think about the present and the future, not replacing something that I used to have. I think that's a much healthier way to look at crypto or look at investing in general. If you're trying to make it back, that's like saying, oh, I'm going to put it all on red because it's my last shot. It's literally a gambling mentality. That's the common theme I'm seeing here with Coinfessions. This guy says perps gave me blood pressure problems. I'm only 24. Yikes. 24 years old, he shouldn't be having blood pressure problems. Look, crypto really does get easier. The more detached you can be, the less emotional you can be, the less desperate you can be, and the more long-term you could think. Just imagine as if it's going to take you 5 years to make it in crypto. Just from day one, if you're starting today, imagine it's going to be a 5-year journey. Now, if you're lucky, maybe we pump in the next year or two. Everyone makes life-changing gains and it's awesome. But 5 years, if you're just starting out in crypto, number one, you're going to make mistakes. Number two, doesn't that beat a 40-year retirement plan? That's cutting it down by 1/8. 5 years might sound like, oh, that's forever, but it's investing. It doesn't happen overnight. This guy started in 2024 with $800, ran it up to $640,000, lost most of it gambling. There's that word again, gambling. Got to differentiate gambling versus trading. I do feel bad for these people because they think crypto is gambling. It does not have to be that. This guy says, I regret quitting my job to be a full-time airdrop farmer. Well, basically I'm fucked. Airdrops typically aren't going to make you a lot of money. People work really hard. And nowadays, like third world countries, they farm the crap out of these. They make a bunch of accounts. They just push buttons all day. And trust me, they are more desperate than you. They've got the time and the resources, and $2 a day means a lot more to certain people. So if you're out there thinking that airdrop farming is the way to make money in crypto, also not true. This guy says he's been in Web3 for 5 years, but hasn't even made $5,000 yet. I would question how much money this guy even put in, right? It sounds like this guy's not even taking significant risk. I mean, if you've been in crypto for 5 years and you put in $5,000, you should probably have a little more by now, maybe at least maintain that 5,000. Something tells me we're not seeing the full story there. A lot of people will just show you like one aspect of their lives and they're going to hide the full story. This guy says he bought Chill House at 300K, sold for a loss 20 minutes later. It's the shortest term of the short term on Coinfessions. What do you notice about all these guys? Short-term thinkers, not delaying gratification, not thinking in months and years. This guy's thinking in minutes. Good Lord. I know I just talked about meme coins on a past video, but you have to differentiate that from your main bag. You can't treat it all in a meme coin degenerate way. This guy says, every time I receive my salary, I trade meme coins. God, for the love of God, man. I've lost $8,000 this year, a huge amount of money in my country. I live in a poor, war-torn place. It's also very sad, right? Because it's desperate times lead to desperate measures. Yeah, more desperate. And trading meme coins, as a full-time job, it's a side job. It's a side gig. For me, it's something that's fun on the side. This comes back down to long-term thinking again. It really does, and I feel bad for these people. But crypto is more than meme coins alone and trading meme coins. It's a vicious cycle, man. This guy says he's been in crypto for 3 years, fell victim to a phishing scam, never thought it would happen to him, lost 150K. I feel you, buddy. I've also been scammed for large sums of money. Phishing scam's a tough one. Do not fall for imposters out there. Guys are imposters of me, people pretending to be me. I will never DM you first, I promise you. And I will never ask you for your private keys. And if you ever go to a website that's pretending to be another website, it's called a phishing scam, phishing. And a lot of times people fall for this. Like I know the PulseChain bridge, the only legit link, for example, to go on the PulseChain bridge is bridge.pulsechain.com. A lot of people make scam websites, phishing websites that have maybe one letter off, like PulseChain. Maybe they'll switch up the I and the A, and you won't notice if you're not being careful, and they'll advertise that on Google, and that'll take the front spot, and people will click on it, and they'll send all their money to a scam, a wallet drainer, etc. It's a minefield out there. You got to be careful. Scammers are everywhere. When the price goes up, they come out in full force, 10 times harder. Just warning you guys now. Hopefully this is somewhat useful. This guy, finally, we got a positive take, 1 in 10. It took 3 cycles, but persistence does pay off in this space. All you have to do is outlast the morons that give up. Feeling truly blessed. I like this guy right here. I like this guy. Persistence is key. Persistence really does pay off. This guy is basically a hodler, a long-term hodler. He's doing what works. All you got to do is outlast these people. I mean, it's a game of attrition, last man standing, survival of the fittest. It's emotional survival of the fittest. A lot of people give up because they just can't hold things. They can't invest. Investing means holding. They want to go to trading. They're not getting instant gratification. They bet too much. They bet more than they're willing to lose. And the winners are the patients. The patient take from the hands of the impatient. Finally, a good one on Coinfessions. This guy says he converted his life savings to USDC to trade futures. I already know how that's going to end. He was doing pretty good. Then he got scam locked in a contract airdrop. Well, okay. I was assuming he would lose at trading, but he lost it a different way. Leverage, futures trading. You're going to get wrecked. This guy lost 50K, currently 25K in debt, all because of crypto that I started trading in 2019. There's that trading word again. I think it's a lot of money, but deep down I still have hope that I'll make it one day. I don't know what to do, but there's still hope. Okay, look. Common theme of all this stuff, guys, to not end up on Coinfessions is don't trade all day. Trade a little bit on the side, that's okay. If you want to get your jollies off, go on pump.tires, pump.phone, whatever. Just don't make it a full-time thing thinking that you have to stare at the screen and that's somehow you can figure out the candlestick patterns and with the right indicators on a daily time frame, on minute by minute, you're not going to beat these people that have more money than you, more power, more control, and that have been doing it 10 years longer. You're just going to fail at some point. It's not if you're going to fail, it's when you're going to fail. I mean, I tried day trading. I basically went nowhere for 2 years. I was lucky I didn't lose everything. But I made money, lost money, made money, lost money. And in retrospect, it's like, what a waste of time when I could have just been buying Bitcoin, buying Ethereum. Nowadays, I look at PulseChain and Hex like the new wave, new Ethereum, the new Bitcoin. I really do think of these things as long-term hold potential. Because when I see the community, I see the founder, I see the technology, I see these coins right here as a way out to escape the Coinfessions wrecked, mentality, the trading mentality, the endless rat race, the meat grinder. This is the way out to me. And I'm going to keep making videos about this like I've been doing for 5 years, because I believe in these coins harder than I know most people believe in themselves, crypto in general, anything at all. When I think about 5 years from now, 10 years from now, multiple cycles down the line, I think these are going to be here. The community is going to be here. Look what we've already built. Think about how high we could possibly go and how little money it takes to even get there. $100 million into the ecosystem, everything 100x's or more. So being positioned here is the life-changing gains for the people that can hold longer than anyone else. You can agree with me. You don't have to agree with me. Some people have to end up on Coinfessions wrecked. I've been wrecked a couple of times. I've been in crypto for 10 years. Now, I've never posted on Coinfessions, but I could tell some stories like I already have. PulseChain is going to be that new layer 1. It's like a do-over on Ethereum. It's like, imagine being on ETH when it was only 2 years old. We're starting over again. It's grassroots. It's organic. Big marketing push is coming. Awesome products already built. We have our own exchange. We have our own bridge, multi-chain bridge. We got our own wallets. We've got yield farms. We've got NFT platforms. Anything you can imagine, PulseChain has it. And it has it right now, and it works today. So I'm positioned where I'm at. I'm pretty happy. I don't feel very wrecked, even though my prices are down on paper, 80% from all-time highs. I'm still higher than when I started 10 years ago. And I know how much potential this ecosystem has. It's honestly scary how high all this stuff can go. Hope that was somewhat interesting. Like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. See you on the next one.